Okay.
Are you going to tape when I'm asking questions too?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
Hi, Principal.
Yes.
Can you just tell us your name?
My name is Emmanuel Bimpon.
Limpo.
Bimpon,
Bimpo.
Emmanuel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And do you live in Yaukenkering?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Wow. And have you always lived here?
Yes.
You have. And how did you become the principal?
Right. I became a principal through an interviews and examinations by GS, that's Ghana Education Service. They give me the authority, the power to become a principal.
So were you a teacher first at all?
Yes.
Oh, you
I
were.
was a teacher.
Where did you teach?
My class is Basic 5. In the basic level, we have so many subjects to teach. About 5 or 6 subjects. Subjects like mathematics, English language, our local language, that's Ghanaian language. Then we have integrated science, religious and moral education, and then ICT.
What's ICT?
That's information technology.
Oh,
Wow.
So, as a class teacher, you have to teach all. We have a timetable. Yeah. So, during the period of a certain subject, then you start teach that subject. So we have a knowledge about all the subjects. Yes. I've been in the classroom for 5 years before I became a principal.
oh
So
wow.
I'm now 10 years in that service.
And what do you do as the principal? What do you do as the principal?
As a principal, I have to supervise other teachers. And so to help them, to help them to prepare their lesson notes and then teach very well. And also to see that the teaching and learning materials are available for the teachers to use and then the kids that the people also to use. And also I have to see that all the teachers come to school regularly and then close on time, be on time, close on time. So these are the ones. And other additional one are the office work, preparing the statistics as the data informations and then send them to our district office when they need.
What kind of information is that?
Information is like teachers' names, their registered numbers, and then enrollment, that's the people, that kids, enrollment, number of people in the class, number of people in the whole school, and then the furniture situation, how the furniture situation is, and then also how the classrooms, that's the building, the situation is. You have to send all the information to the Ghana Education Service for them to know that the situation, so that either they can help or not. So we send them.
How many students do you have?
Right now, for the basic 1 to basic 6, we have 127 students.
Really? For what grades?
The grades start from 6 years
Okay.
to 16 years.
Okay. So you have 120
127.
students
Yes.
in this entire
Yes.
school system.
Yes. From
Oh.
that's basic 1 to basic 6. There is 6 classrooms.
Okay.
Are they all from this village?
Yes, but some of them come from other villages, nearby villages. We have about 3 villages which feed this school. Yes.
Why do they come here? They don't have a school there, or
No,
this is just a better?
No, there is no school there.
Okay.
So they're supposed to come here.
Okay.
Um, do you have a junior high here?
Yes, we have a junior high.
How many students are in that?
Right now, about 42.
42.
Yes. The junior high is there.
Do you have a senior?
No.
No senior.
No senior.
Where do they go for senior high?
Some of them go to Abetifi-Kwahu, in Price, or in Coco. After they finish the junior high, they wrote an exams. And when the results are in, then we have something called the computer system. That's we call the ICT project. Yes. They choose a senior high secondary, that the school for you. So they bring you a result, and then they select one of the schools for you. And then you have to prepare yourself and then go.
And do students usually pass the tests?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Do they usually go to senior high?
Yes. Right now, this community, we have about 4 students on the senior high.
Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. How many students go to polytech schools or universities?
The polytechnic and universities, sometimes it's very difficult for them to go because the financial assistance. Really, the people here are farmers, and it's very difficult for them to support or to pay their children or their people child school fees at that level. But some of them go. At least a year we have about 2 or 3. They go to polytechnics and then universities. Some of them go to teacher training college. You know.
What do they usually study? Do you know?
That's the subject they study.
Yeah. Or like what professions do kids go into?
To do at the school.
Yeah, after going to school.
Okay. At the polytechnic, some of them do engineering works. Yeah, that's the better engineering works at the polytechnic. We have a vocational training institute at Abetifi. Some of them study, that's the BC, that's the block laying and then carpentry joining at Abetifi. Some of them do plumbing, the plumbing work. So depends the subject the child or the people want to offer for the technical university.
Okay.
Do they usually come back here after the school, or they would leave them?
No.
Come back?
They want to live at the cities where they can get electricity and others here.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult for them to come back and help.
You can. Okay. I guess. What?
So where do you get your curriculum from, or like the teaching material?
The teaching and learning material, we get some of them from the Ghana Education Service. And others from the NGOs. When you talk of NGO, that's non-organization, government organization.
Are they usually Ghanaian or are they outside? Like, are these NGOs from Ghana or are they from other countries who go to
Some
Ghana?
of them from other countries. Like the World Vision International. Yes.
Gotcha. And do they help?
Yes.
Yes. Did you like their help?
Yes.
You appreciate the help?
Yes. Because they help to build this school for their kids. Yeah. As World Vision International, they help to build this. They help.
And do you like your curriculum?
Yes.
You do. Is there anything you can improve about it or change?
Yes. we can improve, or we can, that's it, to make the change by getting more materials, learning and teaching materials. Yes.
Like what? Like what? Like what?
Like exercise books, pencils, pens, and then that's the card box where we can use to draw. Yes. And then,
Like notepads that they can draw on?
yes, I used to draw.
What kind of exercise books would you like? Math or English, grammar, or what kind?
Mathematics. Mathematics.
Okay. How about like books, like story books?
Ball.
Books, like with a story about, I don't know, animals or.
That's the, about animals or.
Like they have those children's books with pictures in it, that the kids can listen to it. Would they understand if you read a story in English? The kids understand that?
Not all of them,
No.
but I have to translate them to our local language so that they can.
How
understand.
hard is it to translate it?
It's not so hard.
Not so hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you teach them English here?
Yes.
So do you teach them both languages?
Yes. English and then our local language.
Okay. When I was thinking about supplies, we have like they called flashcards. You know what flashcards are?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, they're like a pack of cards. Sometimes they have words that are you really just need to memorize how they spell, like short words, like
Yes.
I don't know who and
Make,
make. And then and then you just pick it up and you show it to them, and they have to read it.
and
Yeah.
then say it.
Okay, and they have some in math that you would have like 4 plus 6, and the back side would have how much that would be. So you just show it to them and they don't see the answer.
Yes.
Do you think those would be useful?
Yes.
Okay. How about crayons? Do you know what crayons are?
Yes.
Do you think they would melt because of
Yes.
the heat? They would melt?
Yes.
Okay.
But we can use them.
Well, if it's really hot, if they melt, you know, they'll be like mushy, kind of. So I don't know if they would melt or not.
Not all.
No?
Yeah. Because we have some of them at the cupboard.
You have some crayons?
Yes, I have
Okay.
some.
And it doesn't melt?
No.
Okay.
I have a question. Where would you, if we were to give you supplies, where would you keep them?
We keep them at the office.
At the office.
Okay. So like let's say the kids would use the pencils all day and then you collect it back and you
Yes,
take
and then
it.
we keep
Okay.
them at the office. The next day, then we give it to them.
Yeah. The issue with the pencils, you always have to sharpen it.
Yes.
Keep sharpening the pencil.
Yeah. Sharpen.
So pencil sharpener.
Yeah. Well, when I was little, we used to sharpen pencils with a knife. Just kind of
Yeah.
chop it off.
Oh, yeah.
My dad used to do that.
What's it with the bag, you know? What's it? Huh? Hey, tell us that. It's in the bag. Don't have a enough for that kind of situation.
Do you think the parents are happy with the education? They are. That's very good.
Are the parents educated?
The parents. Yeah, level of education. Some of them completed very school. That's the old system. That's Form 4. Yes. And then they stop.
Is there any chance for them to learn if they wanted to? They would have to go to Accra or something?
Yes, some of them go to Abetifi, others go to Accra.
Okay. How about the teachers? Do you think the teachers What supplies would they like to use? Like aside from this, do you think there's anything that the teachers could use to be more effective?
We can use the things without the story books, library books, also can help.
Okay.
How about chalk? Chalk?
Chalk,
Yeah.
chalk also can help because chalk, we have some of them, but not more. So chalk also, we are not enough. So chalk is also good because we used to write on the board for them to read it. So chalk is okay.
Yeah.
How about like big color for pictures on the wall? Like I
Yeah,
see that
that's-
some of them, they're good drawings.
Yes.
That's on the wall.
Wall, yeah. It also can also do.
Okay. I asked Lydia, she said that the classrooms don't have Bibles. If we gave you Bibles, would the teachers read it to the kids?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. We would probably have to translate that too.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's worth translating it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have enough desks and seats for the kids to all sit at the same time and do the work that they're doing? Or some of them might have to sit on the floor.
Really?
That's a lot of students. You have a lot of
Yes.
students.
From basic 1 to basic 6, we have them. But for the kids here, I think the first room, we have them. But the second room, some of them, no. Yes.
Do they, what are the hours for the school? Like what time would they start about?
It starts schools at 8 o'clock in the morning.
They're here all day?
Yeah.
Okay, until what time?
Until 2 o'clock p.m. Then
Okay.
we close. So we start 8 o'clock and then we close 2 o'clock. Then we start 8 a.m. That's the morning, and we close at 2 o'clock p.m.
Okay. Are they in the classroom the whole time? Or do they have like a recess to come out and...
No, they come out.
Okay. So where do they go at 2 o'clock? Where do they go at 2?
At 2 o'clock they go home.
They go home. Okay. Are the parents home that time?
Some
Most
of them,
Some of
yeah.
Do they get homework?
Yes, we give them homework.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would be their homework like?
Right, homework. It depends the level or the grades of the children there, and then the subject we want them to learn. Yeah, then we give them the homework according to that.
Can you give me an example what it would be? Like do what?
Yes. We can ask the kids to, let's say, count like this people, the kids. Write numbers 1 to 10 and then bring them to school for the next day. So they will write it on, because something they street, a certain cardboard, they will write it on it.
Okay.
Yes, and then they bring them. When they bring them to school, it's up to you, the teacher, to see that all have done correct. If there is a mistake, then you help the kid to become perfect.
What do they write with on the cardboard? Chalk?
A chart. Some of them use pencils and
Okay.
a chalk.
Chalk. Okay.
So, a lot of the times the teachers can't get here on time, right?
Come again.
A lot of the time the teachers can't get to Abetifi-Kwahu at 8 o'clock. Or do they? Do they usually come on time?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Okay. Are they the only teachers available for this village?
Yes, we have teachers here. We have 2 teachers here, and then when you go to my area, that's from 1 to 6. We have teachers 1 to 6. Each class we have 1 teacher. And when you go to the junior high, there they do subject teaching. So we have 5 teachers there. When it is time for mathematics, the mathematics teacher will come in and then teach. When it's English language, the English language teacher will come in.
Okay.
Yes.
That's only for junior high?
Yeah, it's only for junior high. But for the lower classes, that is the basic ones, each class we have to get 1 teacher. Yes.
Okay.
And the teacher is supposed to teach all the subjects, depending on the timetable. Yes.
Do you think that it would be beneficial or not beneficial? Let's say one teacher of this lesson would only teach math and rotate around, teach math here and then teach math there and teach math and just teach math and everybody rotates. Do you think that would make it easier for the teachers or not?
And then another teacher would teach English,
Yeah.
and the other teacher
All the
would
subjects
teach.
would have one teacher.
Yes. I think so. It will better. It will work. Because not all the teachers have the knowledge about all the subjects.
Okay. But every teacher would have knowledge about one
Yes.
subject. So
Yes.
potentially it's workable.
Yes.
Because if you only have to teach one subject, you could really focus on that one thing
yes.
and
And
just
do research
broaden
more,
it
yes.
and do things. Like even, within science, do
Yes.
like experiments or
Yes,
nature
yes.
hunts and stuff like that. So,
That will work better.
yeah.
Okay. If you if we were to come back here again
Yeah.
and our focus was education, what would you want from us?
Like education, something like to help in teaching or
It doesn't matter, whatever you want.
in education. Okay, we need an assistant for teaching.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and also we need a help to build teachers bungalow for that's accommodation for teachers so that they can stay one place and then come to school on time. Understand what? Yes. Because some of the teachers walked from the next town or baby before they get to school. Yes. So you can get an accommodation for the teachers.
But that should be easier now that they all got bikes.
Yes, now it will be easier
Yeah.
because they all have bikes, so they can come to school on time.
Did you get a bike?
Yes, I do.
Back to the rotating, if you think it's beneficial, why, what would be something that would hold you back from organizing that? Just saying, okay, you teach math, or ask them what subject you're most comfortable with, and then one would say science. Why not do it if you think it's beneficial? Is there something that you would need?
Yes. We are still working on it. Because the school is under Ghana Education Service, and then the policy makers at the top.
Okay.
So we send a petition to them to give us a chance so that we can start.
Okay. Do you think you would try in your next report to say, how about we do this?
We hope so.
Because you would probably need their permission,
Yes,
right?
we
Yeah,
hope so.
okay. All right, that's what I figured that was something that you would need to do to implement that. Okay.
So what else? What else would you want from us? Or from outside help?
Obviously the materials would be helpful if we can get it, but besides that,
Yes. And at the same time, here we don't have electricity, so it's very difficult for kids to learn at the night. That's the evening time. So if they can help us to get something like generator.
A generator.
Yeah.
Okay. If we were to get you, let's say, a laptop, one computer, like, would someone know how to use it to use it with the kids?
It's also what
How much help would be just, I mean, obviously they're expensive, so if we just get one laptop, would it be like really crazy because there's so many kids? Do you think it would be more of a trouble to just have one? Or do you think it would worth the trouble to try to organize it that each kid would get a chance?
Alright, because in a class we have about, like this place, a class we have about, one class we have about 29 to 30 kids in a class. So I think it is very difficult to use one.
Yeah. So how many do you think you would need? One for each classroom?
One for each class.
That would work?
Yes.
Okay.
How many classrooms do you have again?
7.
6 for this place.
Oh, 6.
6.
And how many for the junior high?
The junior high is 3.
There will be a total of 9 classrooms.
Is there anything else?
Do you think it would be beneficial to have a teacher come and teach a lesson and you watch? What do you think?
As you can see now, the whole building is not in a good situation now. Like the classrooms, the floors are not good. So we can assist.
That's definitely a long-term project because you see how much time it takes to just fix a little building. It's really tiny, but it's a lot of work to do it. So, yeah, but definitely I agree with that. Physical conditions are very important in the learning. Do the kids bring something with them to eat here from 8 to 2, or they don't eat at all or drink?
Oh, they bring food from
They
home.
bring from home. How about drinks? They have drinks to bring too?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. So what happens to the kids that don't have a drink? They just don't drink, or is there any way that someone who has more could supply it for them? Or
Yes. Sometimes the teachers supply them.
What about backpacks? What if we gave the kids backpacks? Would you guys like that? Yeah. So, is school free? Do they have to pay for school?
No,
No.
it's free.
It's free.
Right? In the olden time, we have to pay the school fees, but now it's free. That's the policy of the government. So now it's free.
gotcha. Is there any time they come out and they do some kind of sport or play like a game when they're
Yes.
okay during the school time?
During
or
the school
after?
time,
Okay.
we have them on the timetable. So when it is a time for sports, all the kids come out and then they start.
How long is a period, like for
A
math?
period is about
Or whatever?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. How are the ages split in the classroom?
In the classroom, the ages.
Yeah.
The ages for the basic one is 6 to 7 in one class. That's the first class. Then from 7,
not the notebook.
8, it's also in another class. Then from 8 to 9 or probably 10 in another class. That's the third class. The fourth class also starts from 10 and then the 11 or up to 12.
12 maybe?
Yeah. Then from 11 to let's say 13, will be the 5th one. And then the last class is supposed to be 13 to probably 16.
Okay. So they're pretty close in age then?
Yes. They start here, they start at the age of 4.
So where do they go when they're 4? Because you said these classes start from 6.
Yes.
So the 4-year-olds go where?
4 years, they start, we have something called KG1, that's the kindergarten 1. So they start at 1. When they about 5, they get to KG2, that's the year 2.
Okay.
So about the 6, that's the 3rd year, which is the 6th year.
Okay.
They go to...
So what classroom? Is there a classroom here for the 4-year-old?
No.
Where is it this time?
Yeah, this
oh,
class,
it's this
yeah.
class. Okay.
So we have 2 classes. The 4th year, and the 4 years in 1 class, and then the 5th years also in the 1 class. So the 5th years, at the time they get 6 years, they have to
They
come
go
to
over there.
yeah.
Okay.
What about, how about special needs, special disabilities? Does that matter? Okay.
Maybe. What, are there any kids who, like, what if they experience difficulties? Like, let's say in a classroom of the 27 students or 22, whatever, most of them are ready to move up. They learned, but there was 2 or 3 or whatever many who doesn't know what they're supposed to know. What happens? Do they move up because they're old enough, or do they stay in the classroom?
We don't move them. We keep them for the next year so that
Okay, so they can learn.
then we pay attention, special attention for them.
Okay. Are there some kids like that? Do you have some?
Yes.
What would you say about how many students?
Like from class 1, that's basic 1 to basic 2. Last year, we repeated 5 of them. We keep the 5 of them, yes.
How do you determine who goes? Is it a test or something?
Yes, it's a test.
Okay. Who makes up the test?
A simple test from the class teacher.
Okay.
The teacher will make a test at the end of the term. We do exams for 3 times a year.
Okay.
When we start the academic year, the first term, we do an examination. Then the second term, we do examination. Then the last one, we do examination before we promote the kids to the next class.
Okay.
So we compare the 3 exams, and we can realize that the child is supposed to remain for another year.
Okay. How long is do they go to school all year round, or how long is the term?
The first year, we spend 3.5 months in school. Then we break them for, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks. That's basically a month. Yes. Then we come again. Then we start the second term. It also takes about 4 months. Then we also break them. Then we come to the last one. Yes. The last one we also take about 3 months, 3 weeks. Then we break them, then we move them to the next class.
So they basically go to school all year round?
Yes. All year round they go to school.
And I see a lot of them wear uniforms.
A lot of uniform.
Do you guys have uniforms? Like this little girl over here. She has a uniform. Is that just her clothes, or is it?
Yes. We don't have some of them don't have uniform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not all of them have uniform.
Oops.
Anything else about the structure?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the structure of the education system would be that there are the teachers, and then you, and then who's above you? Is the chief? The chief overseeing what you're doing, or?
From the educational level,
Yes.
yes. The structure starts from a teacher. After you have completed the training college, that's the teacher training college, you become a teacher. For 3 to 4 years, then you go for promotion. So we have a teacher, we have the principal, which is in the school. Then we have the supervisor, we have a circuit supervisor, who always used to come here every week or 2 weeks to see what is going on. Yes. And after that, we have head of inspectorate at the office, the district office.
Okay.
It's head of inspectorate. And from the head of inspectorate, then we have the district director of education. Yes. So in the district level, these are the structures.
When you make requests to your government or your supervisor or
Yes. First, we have to send our request through our supervisors. We also send it to the office, to the director. And if it is more, or let's say very big for the director to come in, we also send it to Accra, where we have the educational minister.
and do you usually get what you request?
Not all the time.
Like what kinds of things have you been rejected?
Right. Our request, we send a request for the maintenance of the building. Up to now.
So the supervisor is not from this village.
No.
Supervisor, okay, so he just comes in
Yeah,
and
you
checks
just come.
everything. Okay. Does he observe classes? He walks around, checks out the rooms. Okay. How long is a teacher's training college?
The training college is 3 years.
Okay. That's after what? Like you complete your
Senior
high,
yes.
and then you go for 3 years,
Yes.
and then you're a teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
And after that, some of them went to further studies at the universities. Yes. Also at the Lane.
Did any of the teachers go to university from here?
Yes.
How do they end up here?
The period.
No, how did the teachers end up in this village?
Come again.
How why are the teachers in Yautengkreng and not another village surrounding? Or another town? Or,
That the teachers not come from Yautengkreng or
right.
because when you finish the teacher training college, yes, it's for the Ghana Education Service to post you to any station where they need your service.
So the teachers get paid for doing the teaching?
Yes,
They do. Who pays them? The government?
the government.
The government pays them. Okay.
Who pays you?
The government.
Is that it? Oh, that was a lot of info. That was 40 minutes of information.
Was it? Wow. Well, I ran out of questions for now.
Me too.
Well, thank you so much. You're very, very helpful.
Yes.
And we hope to make some improvements.
Right.
Yeah. Okie doke.